Hey BookTube. Today I'll be reviewing My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman. I have it on the Kindle, or the Kindle edition. There it is. If you hear anything in the background, it's kind of raining and very windy outside. It's about 2 in the morning, so it's really picking up, and there's no one outside, so it's just whoosh. Anyways, I digress. The book is about a 7-year-old girl who's going to be 8 soon, named Elsa, and it deals with the relationship with her and her grandmother, and it's pretty much through her point of view for the whole novel. And at first, it was a little hard for me to not understand, but to try to figure it out. Like, at first I thought maybe her grandmother has like Alzheimer's because of the way she acts, or if she's eccentric, or what have you. It never really does answer. So this book kind of leaves a little bit more questions than answers sometimes. Because in the book, the granddaughter and the grandmother have a secret language, and at first I'm like, oh, it's just something they made up. But it turns out it's actual, like a real language, but you never learn what type of language it is, so I guess your guess is good as mine. But pretty quick to the point in the book, like within the 2, 3, 4 chapters, the grandmother dies and she leaves Elsa, the granddaughter, the main protagonist of the book, to a task, which is basically she has to deliver these letters to a random assortment of people, and the grandmother basically telling people she's sorry for a number of different things. And as Elsa does this, she learns more and more about her grandmother, and also about she does live in an apartment complex, so she learns more about the people she lives with. This book has very good, trying to think, quotes. This is a very quotable book. It's something that makes you think very deeply about how you would interact with someone, how other people interact, about their situations and yours. It's not a very, this is the bad guy, this is the good guy, or, gray and white. It's more in between. I have heard from other reviewers that some of them didn't like the main character, Elsa, because she felt like she was too old, or speaking beyond her years since she was going to be almost 8, that she has more of a sense of maturity. In the book, it does say she has a little higher intellect, but still, for her being 7, it would be very... I could see where someone kind of nitpick at it, but since she didn't have any like friends her age, most of her friends after her grandmother's passing were quite older, and when her grandmother was alive, her grandmother was her only friend, and she dealt more with books and trying to learn things, so I could see where people would point that out, but I personally didn't have a problem with it, and honestly, it seems like she's still a believable 7-year-old to me. But that's just me. The only problem I had is there's a dog in the book. They call it a worse, and they feed him chocolates and like candy and baked goods all the time. So I don't know. I know you're not supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to feed a dog that. So that's what kind of gets like what I have a problem with. But I haven't seen anyone mention that yet at all. But besides that, that's a very minor detail. Really doesn't take away from the book at all. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. It made me think a lot, and I wanted to learn more about the characters. And some of the, like, usually when the chapter ends, you're like, okay, time to go to bed, or time to go to work, or time to do this or that. But no, you really want to finish the book. You want to, like, oh, I have to learn about such and such a character, or I want to know what happens to Elsa, or, you want to learn more as you go. Which I haven't read a book like that too much this year, and I'm kind of glad I've picked this one up. There is a few quotes I want to read to you guys. Hold on. There was a ton of them that I marked down, but I just picked three out of random, and I don't know if it summarizes the books too well or anything. I just like them, and in no particular order of how I like them, but I'll read it. 1. The first quote. Because all 7-year-olds deserve superheroes, and anyone who doesn't agree needs their heads examined. I like that one. I don't know. It just explains like the innocence of childhood and how everyone needs somebody. Here's another one. This one isn't so much, it is a quote from the book, but it's more about the situation, not like a pearl of wisdom. And then he pushed Elsa into a radiator. And then Elsa hit him with a book. She still thinks he should thank her for it because that's probably the nearest that boy ever got to a book. I don't know, it just made me laugh. I like that one. I don't know. Just like the quote, that's basically it. And the last one. Only different people change the world, Granny used to say. No one normal has ever changed a crappy thing. A cracking thing, I guess. Yeah, I like that one too. It's true. People who, stay with the status quo or whatnot usually doesn't get anything done. Do I recommend this book? Highly, highly. But it is a little depressing. When I finished it, it made me think about my own family and friends and stuff and things in the past for me, so I was a little depressed for the rest of the night after I read it. And honestly, I felt very tired, like emotionally tired after I read it, and I just went to sleep after that. That was hard. So, do I recommend reading it? Yes, but it's not a light read, and I just brace yourself for what you're getting into. But anyways, that's my review. I hope hopefully enjoy it, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.